Hello and welcome from the sidelines of the New York Stock Exchange. We're here at the IPO Summit. I'm Jarrett Banks of IPO Edge. Joining me is Kosta Ligris, the CEO and founder of Stavvy. Kosta, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much for having me.
Let's talk about Stavvy and what you're seeing with digital adoption in mortgage lending this year.
Yeah, absolutely. So fortunately, we're seeing increased adoption. As we've seen more recently, sort of in the capital markets, more volatility in interest rates and mortgage interest rates as well. Now with a 10-year under 4, kind of consistently the last couple of weeks, or just teasing around 4, there's a little more predictability. And what we're seeing is that lenders are really focusing on how they can use digital tools like Stavvy and other innovative solutions to bring down the cost of origination and production of a mortgage.
All right, great. Now, Stavvy has been very acquisitive. Can you share some insights into your acquisition strategy?
Yeah, I think during these types of markets, R&D is always a very interesting component of technology companies, and in some instances, acquisitions make a tremendous amount of sense. It helps accelerate innovation. It helps accelerate the R&D side of the organization by bringing in not just tools and technology, but human capital that really understands the space. And so we've been pretty acquisitive. We've looked at opportunities to bring more solutions in-house. A lot of our potential customers, lenders, banks, independent mortgage banks are really looking for fewer vendors to provide more and more services. It's an easier vendor management and procurement process. It's easier to manage and predict costs. And so these acquisitions have made sense. We look for acquisitions where 1 and 1 equals 3 or more in terms of an end result, and have been fortunate to bring on some really interesting people.
All right, fantastic. Last question. What are some of the biggest issues facing Stavvy and your customers, and what opportunities do these challenges present?
Yeah, I think right now, if you had asked me that question about a year ago, I think the biggest issue that we've seen in the space is cybersecurity exposure and cyber risk. We've unfortunately had several large players in the real estate mortgage services space that have been targets, and some island hopping that has existed as amongst some of these bad actors. And so that's probably the thing that keeps, I think, everybody in the industry up at night right now. The good news is we have a pretty good handle on the types of data that we do store and exchange amongst each other. And moving from a world where there's a tremendous amount of unstructured data, we can't really control where things are and where they're stored. And moving towards digitization in a structured setting allows you to be able to mitigate risk, look at what an incident response might potentially have to look like. And I think that's some of the opportunities that digitization provides, where the paper or the PDF world of the past continues to provide a larger surface, area of exposure. So.
Okay, great. We'll leave it there. It's been my guest, Kosta Ligris, the CEO and founder of Stavvy. I'm Jarrett Banks, signing off from the sidelines of the New York Stock Exchange.